guys, my name is Ariana and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys can already tell from the title of today's video, we are going to be doing an all natural, no foundation, just very lightweight makeup routine. I asked you guys over on my Instagram if you wanted to see a video on me doing this look. I'll put it on the screen so you guys know what I'm referencing. And in that photo, I only had on very lightweight powder, eyeshadow, brows, lip gloss. I'm not that type of person. For some reason, my skin does not handle liquid or heavy product on my face at all. It always creases, it doesn't look flattering, and it doesn't last all day. So if you guys are interested in seeing on how I like to beat my face and do what I do, just keep watching. So this is a part 1 or part 2. I don't know the order because in my other video, I basically just installed this wig. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I'm gonna put that in the card above. This hair is from my website, Ariannalyf.com. Custom unit, all that, all the details will be down below. This ain't the video for that, so we're just gonna keep on going. But shop now. So we are not going to be discussing in this video the way that I laid my wig, all right? This ain't the video for that. Oh Lord, we are up close. I'm scared. But y'all need this kind of see, so if y'all can clock my lace, don't say nothing. All I have on my face right now is moisturizer. I don't have any primer, none of that. I don't really like doing that like that, to be honest. Also, all the products will be down below in the description box. This is going to be a somewhat, I'd say I'm probably going to have maybe 20 or so products down below in the description. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. So these are just optional. You don't have to get all of them. This is just what I have on hand. Step 1, you want to get some sort of loose finishing powder. This is optional. This is because I have oily skin and I used to do my brows all the time and then they would always like be oily literally as soon as I'm done doing the rest of my makeup. I never understood why until I watched the Jackie Aina video. And she explained that you need to like set your face with translucent powder before you do anything if you have oily skin. So that's just a tip and it works great. And I'm basically just going to go in and set the entire area of my face that normally gets oily. So it's like my T-zone as well as like right there by my cheeks. Next up, I'm going in with my brow pencil. I like to use 2 different color brow pencils because it kind of gives like an ombre effect. And as y'all can tell, I ain't got no brows, so I gotta fake it. So I just used this darker color one on the end. Now this step is highly important and I didn't get put onto this until probably like a month or 2 ago. Again, Jackie Aina, she is the plug. So if you have oily skin, a lot of times you will take photos and your face will have been beat for maybe like 2 or 3 hours at this point. And then it's like your brow in photos with like flash photography or whatever, the lights are so bright that it's like washing out your brow because of the oil and the reflective properties. It's annoying. So brow powder is your best friend. It'll keep it matte all day and it won't disappear in photos. So I basically just put this in the areas of my brow that are sparse, which is basically my whole brow. So just, go crazy. But I more so try to like pack it on towards the end. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my highlighter concealer shade. I do have a lighter one than this, but I don't really like to OD on highlighter, just a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So I just get a tiny concealer brush and I put the concealer on the back of my hand. I don't like putting it directly under my brow like I used to because again, that's too much product, make it look cakey, it's too much. So just trust me, y'all. So the next step, I take a darker concealer. Now this is only because I didn't buy the concealer that is 1 step down from this shade right here on my hand. So I have to mix for now, but ideally you would want to get a concealer shade that is the exact same skin tone as your face or chest or basically whatever you're matching your makeup to. And you're going to do that to line the top of your brow. Now this step is optional as well. I just prefer to have a very clean brow because I like how it looks. So this next step is optional. I like to put mascara on my brows. I've tried brow gel before, but for me, for some reason, it just don't work. Mascara just does it better. I get a brown color mascara. I don't get black. That would be. So I make sure that I like wipe it off a lot because you don't want to put too much on it and then get it on your skin. So even like right there, y'all see that little dot? What you need to do is let it dry. And then once it's dry, you can take your concealer brush that you use to line out your brows. And then you can just remove it like that. But I just like the effect that this gives my brows. It makes it look very defined and it kind of makes it look like I have more hair than what I really do. So I brush it up like that, make it look all crazy, and then I let it dry. And then once it's dry, then I kind of just like reline the top of my brow to kind of like make the hairs lay back down. You can also lay your hairs back down with your spoolie. I would honestly recommend using the spoolie over the brush because it just kind of, I don't know, it just works better. Next step is eyes. Now I use a lighter shade of concealer on my upper lid just because it works better as a primer instead of using a shade that is the same as my skin tone. And then underneath my eyes, I will go in with the original highlighter shade that I showed you guys already just to highlight my under eye area. Now, this is the most important part of your makeup. Like, bro, in the whole face beat, if you mess this part up, it's over with. I mess up on this part to this day.
To this day!
So, I've learned from my eyes is more. So instead of going in here and making the whole triangle that you see a lot of YouTubers doing, that's not the trend for me, sis. If you in my category, that is not the trend for you either. So listen close. We are going to put the concealer out here, and it's just a few dots. Y'all saw that? Literally a few. We are going to take our sponge and we are going to blend out to in. So basically I'm pushing the product in, and then the residue is going to go on the inner corner of my eye. You don't need a lot because again, it's going to crease and then you're going to be looking upset. Once we're done with that, we are going to spot conceal. So like if you have any pimples, such as like this little dark mark right here, boop. And I also like to highlight my chin. I used to highlight my forehead, but at this point I don't like anything on my forehead because it just don't work for some reason. That's really all the coverage that I want. I don't do a lot of makeup, as I told y'all. And then I like to personally blend this part out with my finger because the sponge kind of soaks up the product versus your finger just moves it around and blends it without taking away product. I will blend this part out with the sponge, however, because up here I was just spot concealing, but down here I'm actually highlighting. But since I have a bump, I'm gonna try to keep the sponge off of that to keep it covered. Next, I'm going in with this concealer shade, and I'm going to use this as my contour slash bronzer. Now it's time to set everything. So I'm going to take my teeniest, tiniest beauty blender, sponge, whatever, dampen it again. And I am taking that light colored setting powder that I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, probably that much. I know it looks like a lot on camera, but it's really not, and I'm about to blow it off anyway. So now it more so looks like that. And I want to start setting probably in this area, and then I will eventually get to the inner corner where I crease the most at. Because if you put too much powder, then it's going to be a dry under eye look, and that's not very flattering, and that's honestly the #1 part about my makeup that I'm still working on. Yay, I didn't fail this time. Thank God. Once I'm done setting my under eye, I will go around on my chin, around my mouth, and on like my center forehead, and I will set my face with the lightest color setting powder that I have. I feel like I always look like a lion at this stage. Now for the rest of my face, like on the parts where I did my bronzer, cream bronzer or contour, I will use this darker setting powder. This one is medium deep. So I'm basically just gonna go around and set the bronzer areas. After that, I'm going to very lightly, probably like 2 to 3 dips in this pan, go in and just further bronze my face. Now to me, this looks a little bit intense and it ain't blended. So the last step that I do for my face is I go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and I really just use this all over my face to soften and blend everything together. I don't know how it's looking on camera, but I look really, really, really good in person right now in the mirror. Because I know the color grade is a little bit off and it's different, but y'all are definitely going to see in photos how it looks. It looks really, really good. So we're pretty much done with the face for now. Now I'm going back in on my eyes because my concealer kind of dried on my eyes. I'm not going to put as much as I did the first time, just a little bit, just to get my eyelids sticky for the eyeshadow. And this time I'm going to blend it with my finger because the sponge kind of soaked up more than I wanted it to. And I'm being very careful to not get this underneath here because we've already set that, and as we know, that is the struggle, and we ain't trying to go through that again. My signature look is a brown natural smoky eye. It's very easy. I used to be kind of scared of doing it, but it's actually very, very simple. So these are the 2 brushes that I'm using. I'm going to start by taking my bronzer and going in with the more dense eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be packing that on my lid. So I usually pack this up to my crease, like a little bit higher than my crease, because I really like how this looks. And I normally like to make a cat eye effect, so I will pack the eyeshadow in a lot right here and kind of make it almost like a straight but curved line, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like an arc, and then it's just like a wing out here. It's very hard to explain, but y'all catch my drift if you see what I'm doing. Yep, that looks good to me. Once I get to this stage, I switch my brushes, and then I go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and I just blend out the line that y'all can see. Just some tips that I would recommend for beginners with eyeshadow. To me, your tools are everything. I used to try to do eyeshadow with like drugstore brushes. Not saying that, what I mean by drugstore is like Walmart. I ain't even gonna put Target in the category. Mostly Walmart, because you know, that's my store. And I used to literally use the brushes that came like with the eyeshadow palette. That's a no-no. I know that I used it whenever I did my brow powder, but that's an exception. But when it comes to blending your eyeshadow, you really need the right tools. I would recommend the Morphe brushes. I know Morphe been in some drama this year. I low-key don't even know what the drama is. I don't care because I bought these brushes before that, and I ain't buying no new brushes until I feel like it. So these are the brushes I would recommend. They work great. All you need is like 2 of them, literally, like you don't even need a lot. And the eyeshadow is pretty much complete at this point. I've already blended it out. Now, an extra step that is optional, like, so y'all see how it's like brown into no more highlight on my brow. What I like to do is go in with that lighter color setting powder that I've been using the whole video and go like right underneath my brow to still give me that highlighted look. And it also kind of helps to blend the eyeshadow out a tiny bit more. The last step that I do for eyeshadow is I go back into my bronzer. So I go into my bronzer and then I just kind of sort of carve out this portion of my brow. I don't do nose contour. 1, I never really taught myself how to do it. 2, I don't care to look like I can't breathe. I understand it looks good in photos for some people, but to me, I like my nose. I don't really care to create an illusion of making it look like it's smaller than what it is. But I do like to define this area because it kind of makes my face have a little bit more dimension. But yeah, I don't really like the pencil thin nose contour type look. That's never been my vibe. And then I go back over top with the Sephora Micro Smooth powder just to blend it out if it looks a little bit too harsh. Now I'm taking that light powder again and I'm just softening that line even further. I'm probably gonna put a little powder on my nose because that's the only part of my face that's still shiny. I'm also going to take a little bit more Micro Smooth powder and just kind of go underneath my eye just a little bit because I don't like whenever the top doesn't match the bottom. And to me, this doesn't have to be accurate only because the Micro Smooth powder really blends into my skin. My base is complete, y'all. So now that my face is set, I'm just going to go in and highlight a little bit. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter. I've had this highlighter forever. I have hit pan, as y'all can see, still ain't buying a new one. I used to use this side a lot, but lately I've kind of been liking this side because it's not a glittery. I don't even know how to explain like what it does to your skin, but it kind of makes it look like you got a lot of pores if you use the really shiny side. But this side is a softer highlight, so it doesn't give you that effect. And I really like how it looks on my skin. So it's just like a really, really, really subtle highlight. Now what I will do is use the brighter side and I will go in like right there, babe, because you know I gotta be bling blinging. Now it's usually based on my mood on whether or not I will put it in the inner corner or not. A lot of days I do that, but for some reason today, I don't know, like my base just looks real good and I don't even feel like doing inner corner highlight. I'm gonna put a little bit of Hustler Baby, which is the shinier highlighter, on my cheeks, just a very, very, very tiny amount. Go in and dust this off a little bit, it's a little bright. Maybe I'll set it, I'm gonna set it with the other one. Yep, so that's all for highlighter. Next is lips. I got this $1 brown pencil liner at Walmart. I think it's by Wet n Wild, and I'm gonna just use this to line my lips. 2 glosses I'm going in with is Fenty Beauty Original Gloss Bomb, and then I'm going in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. I'm gonna put the Madeline on first, and then I'm going to top it with the Fenty. Dun, 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 dun. It is time for lashes. These are my lashes, Ariannalyf Lash Collection. I'm so proud of these. These are so cute. So the lashes I'm going to be wearing today are in the style Fiya Flirt. These babies is everything. I know like with the lights and the reflective, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna insert a little clip just so y'all can see what they look like in person. Very cute, very flirty. You know, you could pull all the dudes. So yeah, these lashes are really, really affordable. I think they're like $7.97 on my site, and that's regular price before like discounts and sales and Christmas and all that. So if y'all are interested in some lashes, definitely hit your girl up. I got what you need. I'm not trying to be like salesy or nothing, but like these lashes are legit very nice because they are the kind of like the not over the top style that a lot of people be going for on Instagram. To me, they are natural looking as far as like natural density, but it's just the way that they're made. The style of them is very, very cute, and they're different than the styles of lashes that I have seen in the store, whether it's from Ardell or Kiss or any of those lashes, because I used to rock Kiss lashes all the time. Not saying that Kiss lashes still ain't fire, they are, but it's just, I don't know, like the style of these is just, bro, like my lashes are low-key a vibe. I really like my lash collection. So my lashes are on. Sometimes it's hit or miss with how I put my lashes on. I still be struggling low-key. So if there's like, let's say like for example, y'all see this space right here, that's gonna drive me nuts. What I do is I take liquid liner, I stop talking, and I basically just kind of line that little piece of skin. That way the lash blends better. Makeup is done. And it's a wrap. So you guys, this is pretty much my everyday makeup routine whenever I'm filming. Again, no foundation. You guys can achieve a very matte, very YouTube-esque, I guess I will say, makeup look without actually piling on makeup. And I'm not shading YouTubers, it's just people have different preferences on what they like to do to their face. I'm more so a natural, let your skin glow from within type of gal. That's just what I like. I've never really been talented in the area of doing the most with with my face. Now eyes is different, but with my face I like to keep it very neutral, very natural, very soft, because I crease a lot and I have acne prone skin, sensitive skin, ain't got time for it. So yeah, but you know, again, shop Ariannalyf.com, shop the lashes, these are in the style Fiya Flirt. Shop this wig, this is from my affordable and premium collection. I mix collections because my affordable collection doesn't have frontals, so if you want the whole thing together, you can either mix or you can just get all of the hair from the premium collection. Either or, I'll leave both links down below. You do get a deal if you buy from the premium collection, however, because it is 1 frontal and 3 bundles deal together. So you know, y'all know I got y'all. Y'all my little babies. But yeah, so enough talking. I really hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all asked for it. So let me know if you guys have any further questions or just comments down below on which products y'all think you should try. You know, just whatever. Just go ahead and do your thing down below in the comment section. If you guys made it to the end of the video, comment this emoji down below. Y'all know y'all are part of the gang by now. This is what we gonna do for every video. So I'ma shut up and thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.